You're teed up for GolfNewsRI TV on CW Providence with your host Joe Calabro and his guests. We're talking everything golf around the region and on the tours. Now, here's your host, Joe Calabro.
Welcome everybody to GolfNewsRI TV episode 18. I'm GolfNewsRI co-founder and CEO Joe Calabro, and I thank you all for tuning in with us throughout the season. We have 2 episodes to go after this, which we'll get to later, but really excited to continue GolfNewsRI TV, and we're looking forward to the future of it. Today, we are here at South Shore Village Golf Club in South Kingstown. This place is amazing, so really excited to be here, and we are delighted to be joined by the general manager of South Shore Village Golf Club, Mr. Doug Long. Doug,
thank you very much.
My buddy Greg Burke will be more than happy that you're repping Roadie Golf, so hopefully he throws you some money for that. Anyway, thank you so much for having us. So excited to be here. I played here back in May or late April with Anthony. It was cold, but the place was amazing back then. Just talk about this place and how far it's come and the excitement surrounding. Obviously, there's big news, which we're going to get to in a second, but the excitement surrounding this place is pretty cool.
Thank you very much. Glad having you here today. And yes, we do have Rhode Island Golf come and play at our facility. We love having him and them here as well. So the original concept started about 20 years ago as part of a residential community. It originally started as a private club just for the residents here in the community. But just 2 weeks ago, we went to the town of South Kingstown and got it approved for public play, which is wonderful for all of us. We finally get to expose this golf course to everybody within Rhode Island. It's also very special too because we are a non-for-profit organization where when we do make a profit, hopefully next year, we have the ability to give money back to South County Hospital as well as St. Jude's. So that's one of our goals and missions here as a golf course. You mentioned that we had a soft opening last fall, which we did, Friday, October 13th. We was open for residents only and their guests. And that's why we're very fortunate to have public play now. This golf course concept, even though it's a par 35, it'll give you plenty of challenge for about 3,046 yards from the very back. But as was mentioned before, we have 5 different sets of tees and also a par 3 on every golf hole. We did that on purpose so we have the ultimate in flexibility to play a golf course the way you would like to play it. And also, if you're playing with your friends, you can challenge them on any one golf hole, similar to how you used to play basketball and horse out in the driveway. So it's a challenge, it's a camaraderie issue. We have tons of new beginning ladies who love playing here because they can play from whatever tee box they'd like, and it's not too difficult to play from anywhere. We have generous fairways and beautiful white bunker sands that you see behind us. The other great element is we have very large greens here that hopefully will allow people to play the game better, because once you get on the green, it's a little bit easier to putt rather than as the hit from the fairway. So we've designed some great elements. We've designed some great elements, and it's beautiful to look at.
No, it's a public course with private conditions, pretty much. I mean, the place is in obviously great shape. It's obviously new, so that helps, but it's in great shape. Like you said, the greens are humongous. The idea of having all these different tees, the flex tees, as they call it, or as Anthony called it specifically, how did that come about? Was that always kind of a plan? And is there any, I never heard of another golf course, not only in the state, but really anywhere, I mean, that kind of does something like that. I think that's really cool. How did that kind of come about, and was that always part of the plan?
So that kind of evolved into this design, but I can tell you over my 45-year career in the golf business, I've seen and done a lot. I've been building golf courses for the last 30 years and have been exposed to 170 different projects in 29 different states. So I thought I've learned and listened a lot and watched how people actually play the game. And so we tried to incorporate all of those elements here at South Shore.
You mentioned it, big news for you guys over the last, by the time this airs, the last week and a half or so, you guys got permission from the town to go public. Previously, you were just open to people who live in the community, the village community here. You guys got permission to go public. Talk about a little bit about that process and kind of how exciting was that news how exciting was it to finally get that news?
Well, it was very exciting. It was a long summer since we originally had planned on submitting our information back in April, and we had to wait until the end of August to finally get the good news. So that's really helped us tremendously, because we do get to expand this facility to more people, all ages, in order to give money back to our 2 charities.
Obviously, you guys are relatively new. The grass is still growing in, yes. Literally. But the future of this place, there's a pro shop being built, which wasn't even close to being built when I was here back in May, which was really cool to see that the building's already up, essentially. So that's cool. Do you foresee, hosting maybe state tournaments or your own tournaments or club championships, things like that in the future? Again, you guys just opened relatively, so did you see stuff like that perhaps down the road?
Yes, we do, and I appreciate you asking the question. So we should be in our new building before October 15th.
Oh, wow. All right.
And I know that's kind of late in the year, but a variety of factors and waiting for approval from the town caused a little bit of a delay. The other thing that we didn't talk about, though, is how large our driving range is. We have a 30,000 square foot grass tee line along with concrete and mats during inclement weather. Hopefully in the future, we're looking at some other technology to include in on the range as well. It's also over 300 yards deep. So you can hit a full driver there without worrying about hitting it through the range. So we'll have a fully stocked pro shop in the springtime, and hopefully we'll have a dedication and grand opening the 1st of May of 2025.
That's awesome. Yeah, the driving range is really impressive. There's also a practice putting green, obviously, as well. For people that are interested in playing, even though the pro shop's opening in October, there's some diehard golfers out there.
Yeah,
I have friends that play right through like Christmas. I'm like, you guys are like nuts. But there's people that are diehard like that. If people want to come here and play, how can they do so? Can they just show up? I know there's a website or online sign up?
There's both. So we plan on opening all year long. We're not going to plan on closing. Down here in the South County area, we have very mild winters. Hopefully it'll be similar to what we had last year. So you can call the main phone number at 401-777-0107 or go to our website, which is ssvgolfclub.com, and you have all of our information on there.
Awesome. Well, this is great. In the next segment, Anthony Pioppi is going to join me. We're actually going to go play a hole, believe it or not, on TV. We're going to try not to make fools of ourselves. We're going to play the 6th hole. We'll have more about that coming up on the next segment. But Doug, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right, stay tuned to GolfNewsRI TV. We're getting the golf clubs out. Coming up next. This is GolfNewsRI TV. I'm Joe Calabro. See you on the tee.
Now back to GolfNewsRI TV with your host, Joe Calabro, and today's guest. Special thanks to our sponsors, Providence Performing Arts Center and Forever Green Turf Management.
Welcome back to GolfNewsRI TV. I'm Joe Calabro. Again, we are here today at South Shore Village Golf Club. For this segment, we are joined by Anthony Pioppi, author, media guy, good golfer.
9-hole guy.
9-hole guy. And we are standing on the 6th tee. We're actually going to play the 6th hole, which is right in back of us. Talk a little bit about your impressions of this golf course and the hole that people are going to see in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I got brought on board a little over a year ago. I've written 2 books on 9-hole golf courses. I love 9-hole golf courses, grew up playing them. This is a really fun golf course that I think is and challenging, that's going to catch people by surprise. That the quality of the design and as you're going to see, the aesthetics of it are great. What we're going to play is the 6th hole. It's the only par 5 on the golf course. A lot of options here. Where you're hitting it on the tee, off the tee shot, are you going left to right? What are you doing on your second shot? Are you laying up? You're going for the green, and then it's a tricky green, as they all are out here. And so a precise shot on the way in is what you're going to need for a good score, but it's not a golf course that beats you up. The fairways are wide, the hole quarters are wide, so there's a lot of room out here to play your game.
Well, I'm just hoping to get the ball off the ground. So
okay,
let's go play. Expectations are low here at GolfNewsRI.
Expectations are very low, especially after no warm up. Go ahead, fire away.
I think you're with me. All right, we pumped those drives down there.
We did.
Look professional.
We did.
With the pressure of the TV cameras. Anthony, one of the cool things about this course is there's multiple tees on every hole.
Right.
This is round 6, there's a tee over there.
Yeah.
There's other tees you can play. You can
Right.
play this course however you want.
Right.
Just talk about how unique that is. I've never seen anything like it in golf. I don't know if there is anything like it.
So I don't know of any other course anywhere that has a par 3 tee on every hole, right? So that's crazy. It's such a unique characteristic that I think people are really going to embrace once they play this course more than once. But it's also the fact that there's 5 tees from the par 35 golf course. So it's a course that's playable by a variety of different skill levels and people who are different lengths. And they can make this course work for them. So now we're, on the right side in the right rough. This is on the par 5, and this is, again, it's a great golf hole because now I have a decision to make. I can move the ball a little bit left to right. Do I want to try to take it around the corner and hit something longer? I just want to play conservative and hit it into the middle of the fairway and leave myself a little longer shot in. And that's always the hallmark of a good golf hole, is ones that give you decisions no matter what your ability, and different decisions on where you are in the hole, whether you're on the right side or on the left side. So this puts me in a situation where I have to make a decision, and because we haven't swung too much, I'm just going to hit an iron out into the middle of the fairway over here and lay up, which should give me a decent iron into the green. This is what I wanted to do, middle of the fairway. Try to make my par.
So we estimate that we're about 192 to 200. I have my trusty 4-iron, and I'm gonna try to either get to the green in 2 or land just short. We're waiting for these lovely ladies in front of us to get out of the way. Don't need to injure anybody on TV. We should be good now, right?
Yeah, that's a back flag, so you like left of that front bunker. You want to be left of that. That's a back right flag. You just don't want to be long here. Middle of the green is great, or front edge is great.
All right, so I had a terrible second shot, but it's a par 5, so it doesn't really kill you. Anthony, we have about 100 here.
100 yards in, back flag. Don't want to be long. Little help with the wind.
Little wind. So I'm taking an 8 wedge. I'm going to attempt to fly it over that bunker.
Yep.
And put it on the green. Now we'll see what actually happens, but that's the plan.
And this is what, again, another option on this hole. This is a very safe spot. You're on a level lie, but you have the bunker in your way. If you take it out to the left-hand side, there's an opening into the green. But again, you're not penalized for being here. It's just a slightly more difficult shot.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Good
play.
I'm gonna hit this. Anthony's in a great spot over there.
There you go. Yep, you're on.
On the green. Long way from the hole.
And replacing his divot. Oh my God, I love that. Replace your divots. Fix your ball marks.
Former caddy, gotta replace the grass.
Love it. Yeah, so we're talking about the hole opens up from the left-hand side, so I actually have a clearer view, but it brings trouble on the left-hand side into play. So it's definitely a decision to make whether you want to be in the middle of the fairway and have to hit over that bunker, or come on the left side and take a look and see what you got here. So I don't know, I'm guessing 65 to the back flag from here. I don't want to be too aggressive. I can't be long here. Just going to try to hit it to the middle of the green. Be happy with that. 2-putt, make my par. Take it.
These greens here are humongous. We have some testers. There's a huge ridge.
Yep.
This is going to be some quite exciting stuff for the viewers.
Well, the average green is somewhere around 4,500 square feet, and the greens here average about 6,700 square feet. So you're going to see the biggest greens around here, and you're going to see movement like you see here with this ridge up and then back down that you just don't see anymore. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's reminiscent of, golden age architecture, like with Seth Rayner and with Walter Travis and people like that. A lot of movement, very fair, very flat, puttable areas, but you're going to have to go up and down over some ridges to get to those spots.
All right, let's see if we can do it.
Let's do it. There you go, settle, nice roll. The same thing, man, I'm uphill here. I got looks like it's going to stay straight going up the hill, maybe go a little left, get to the top, and then go back to the right.
Thinking I gotta try to make this putt. This is a par putt.
It's a good strategy.
It'd be nice to make a par on TV.
Complete misread. It's happening for my bogey.
All right, Anthony, we just played the 6th hole here at South Shore Village Golf Club. We made a little bit of a mess on the green, but this is what we do. Just a little bit about this green, what people can explore, the hole and the course. Every hole is unique in its own way. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point, is that you're not going to get confused with the holes out here. It's 9 holes that have their own individual characteristics. You're going to remember all of them. The themes throughout the golf course, though, is that there are big greens with a lot of movement. Hitting your ball close to the flag is going to really help. Otherwise, you're left what we have with 60-foot putt or 45-foot putts up and over with lots of break, which to me is a lot of fun. I mean, I find nothing more boring than flat greens with no break in them, or just back to front greens. And here you have all kinds of things going on.
Yeah, we definitely need to be more aggressive on those third shots.
We did.
It was a little long for birdie putts. Those weren't real birdie putts. That was like kind of like a miracle birdie putt.
That's just trying to save yourself at that point.
Yeah. And obviously this course just opened up to the public.
Yep.
Public can come down and play. It's a great play. I mean, it's a public course with private conditions. Literally.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's literally that. I'm impressed by it. I'm not just saying it because we're on TV, but I was impressed when I played here back in April when it was freezing out.
Yep.
It was very impressive. So
come back and play again. We'll get the approach shots closer and have some easier putts.
We will have the pressure of the TV cameras with us.
That's right.
Now back to GolfNewsRI TV with your host, Joe Calabro, and today's guest. Special thanks to our sponsors, Imagine Gift Store and Schoolhouse Apartments.
Welcome back to GolfNewsRI TV, episode 18. I'm Joe Calabro. Anthony is still with me. We just finished playing the 6th hole here at South Shore Village Golf Club. And we made a mess of the green a little bit. We left ourselves a birdie putts that were way too long.
Right.
But just kind of recap what people just saw. Unique hole, the unique course, and obviously very unique greens with the undulations and the fun you can have up there.
Right. It's a golf course where the hole quarters and the fairways are wide. There's a lot of room out there to play, but there's preferred angles on all these holes. You know, some holes you need to come in from the right side, some holes you need to come in from the left, and with greens that average close to 7,000 square feet, the line of play can be dictated by where the flag is that day, which just makes it a course that's always changing. It's 9-hole golf course, but you're not playing the same course every time. And so it's infinitely enjoyable. And then you add to that the dynamic of there's 5 sets of tees for the par 35 golf course, and there's a par 3 tee on every hole, so you can also play it as a par 27 golf course. It's an entertaining golf course. You're not gonna be bored here. People who come here are gonna enjoy it every time out.
Now you've written books about 9-hole golf courses. I'm gonna mess up the titles, but so this golf course is unique, like you said, different tees, different ways. But the 9-hole courses in general, it seems like it's kind of coming back as this golf boom continues to surge across the country and the state. It seems like 9 holes is kind of what people are looking for a lot of times.
And 9 holes are being built. You know, this one here, and there's just one out on Long Island called Spiring. There's one down in Cleveland, Texas. It's with the time constraints of the modern world, 9 holes is what people want to play now. They're playing 9-hole golf courses, 18-hole golf courses. There's 9-hole rounds are up from what they've ever been. So this is just fitting in with the trend, and it's going to be one that stands out that people are definitely going to come back. I've seen a lot of 9-hole golf courses. I've written about a lot of 9-hole golf courses, and this one really has carved out its own niche.
Real quick, the two books that you wrote are?
The first one was To the Nines. It was about 29-hole golf courses around the country that all have great stories. The first 9-hole book ever written, first book about 9 holes ever written in the history of golf literature. And the second one was called The Finest Nines, which ranked the 25 best 9-hole golf courses in North America. And so I've seen more than my share of 9-hole golf courses and have a good feel of what makes a great 9-hole golf course. And this is right up there with them.
And then when you write your third book, you can include.
I absolutely will. Third 9-hole book. This one will be in it for sure. Yeah.
But this has been awesome. Now the course is open to the public. People can come here and play.
Yep.
You can play, as I wrote back in May. You can play this course every single day of the week. you can play it different ways every single day of the week, just about. Pretty close.
And you know, when you and I played back in spring, we were talking about how on the par threes, just changing the tees to play holes from 135 to 170 or 120 to 200. You can make your decision as you get to the hole on which tee you want to play that day, because there's different angles and different elevation changes and it's different yardages. It's just a lot of fun.
All right. Awesome. Well, Anthony, thank you so much for playing. Playing a hole.
Come back.
Yeah, we'll
play all 9 next time.
Yeah, we'll play all 9. Do 9 holes on TV. See how we do, and see if we can embarrass ourselves. But thank you so much. Thank you to everyone here at South Shore Golf Club for having us. Now, next week we're going to another golf course over in East Providence, and it's not the ones you're thinking about. Obviously, East Providence has a lot of great golf courses. You know what they are: Wannamoyset, Agawam Hunt, Met Links. But we're actually going to Silver Spring Golf Club next week. It's a course that probably people don't really know much about. I don't know much about it, if I'm being honest, but really looking forward to going there, hanging out with those guys. Perhaps we'll play a hole again, see if my golf TV career continues, or playing golf on TV career, I should say. So be sure to tune in for that next week. In the meantime, on GolfNewsRI.com, we are following, of course, Davis Chatfield and Patrick Welch in their run through the Korn Ferry Tour Finals. It is Q School season. Some of the most stressful golf people will ever play in their lives is a PGA Tour Q School or Korn Ferry Tour, whatever they're trying to get to. So we're following that, of course, on GolfNewsRI.com, and much, much more. No club champions board today, but I do want to give a quick shout out to our guy John O'Clair, who won the Kurt Bray Senior Club Championship this past Sunday at the club. So thank you to everybody for tuning in this week. Again, next week we are at Silver Spring Golf Course in East Providence. We're really excited for that, and I hope you all can tune in. Thanks again to South Shore Village Golf Club, and we'll talk to you next time. This is GolfNewsRI TV. I'm Joe Calabro. See you then.
You've been watching GolfRI TV on CW Providence.